So we were discussing about celibacy, that how celibacy is very, very important for human beings to follow if they really want to progress in their spiritual life. If, like any person, if he will neglect sense control in his life, then he will not be able to progress in his life. It will become very difficult for him because this is something which is at gross level, extremely gross. And if any person is engrossed in these illicit activities, then there will be tendency of him that he will be identifying himself with this body. So more he will engrossed in grossly things, the more he will identify himself with this body. But the very first thing a person should accept is that he is not this body. He is a soul. Then if he is not this body, then uh, why to engage in those activities which is not feeding my soul? So it is really a big hindrance for everyone in his spiritual life. One more thing I heard from His Grace 𝗃𝗵𝗵𝗺𝗺. So he was telling this, that in initial days of Krishna consciousness, when you are practicing your devotional practices, then you will see that this attraction or whatever physical attraction of a devotee, he will think that now I have become a pure devotee. Now these things cannot disturb me. These things will not disturb me. Because now, and this happens in initial days, you will see that these things really don't disturb a person. But again, that is a test from the illusory energy of Krishna, Maya Devi. Later, like you will see later, she disturbs. So one should be very, very conscious about this thing. One should always be there in association of devotees to save himself from these things. All right, moving forward now. I'm going to read this para again. Panditah sam darshana. One who is very highly learned does not distinguish between a learned scholar, a brahmana, an elephant, a dog, and a cow. Who will distinguish? Who is identifying himself with this body. And as he is identifying himself with this body, then he will identify other people also with their bodies. And this is illusion. And if he'll identify like this, then he will end up distinguishing like this, that oh, this is a cow, this is a dog, this is a pig, and he will distinguish like this. He is a learned man, he is inferior man to me, I am great. So this is all foolishness. Person distinguishes like this when he identify himself with this material body. And you won't believe this, like it's been a week now. I met a person and he was saying that I love reading spiritual books. Not reading, I love hearing the podcast related to spirituality. So I was like, wow, this is really very nice. So, I invited him to hear these podcasts from the very first book, On the Way to Krishna, where Srila Prabhupada is talking about different consciousness of beings, and he's talking about that we are not this body, we are soul. And he was not able to relate with these things. He was saying, no, I don't believe that we are soul. I believe that we are this body, because when I pinch myself, then I am experiencing that my body is experiencing it. If I was a soul, then I would have been experiencing it, na? But because I am not a soul, it's just people are speculating things that we are not this body, we are soul. They're just speculating. So he was not able to accept this thing only, that we are not this body, we are soul. Then how will he be able to do something to progress in his spiritual life? Very beautiful statement Prabhuji said few days ago, that if he is meditating on material things, then how will he be able to progress in his spiritual life? Just like you will see people, they just meditate on their breath, or they meditate on the awareness about their bodies. So they are meditating on materialistic things. Then how will they be able to progress in their spiritual life? Very profound statement, isn't it? So that person, if he is not able to accept this, that we are not this body, we are soul, then how will he be able to progress in his spiritual life? This world is full of different people with different consciousness, and I will say different dull consciousness, and that is because of their past karmas. Anyways, he is samdarshi. His vision, and I was also explaining him that if you were this body, then where is your body which was there in your when you were 5 years old? Where is that body now? If you will become little observant, then you will observe that you are the same person as you were before. But this body is not same. It is changing. Every moment it is changing. Then where is that body? If you are that body, if you are this body, then where is that body now? But he was not able to grab all these things. Anyways, yes. So he is Samdarshi. His vision enables him to see them all equally. How is this? He does not see the body but the soul. Yes. Now, if someone is not accepting this, that he is not this body, he is the soul, then how will he be able to develop samdrishti? How will he be able to develop this vision to see everyone equally, all equally? He thinks here is a dog, but it is also a living entity. Although by his past karma he has become a dog. And this learned scholar is also a living spark, but he has taken good birth because of his past karma. When one comes to that position, he does not see the body, but the spiritual spark, and he does not distinguish between one living entity and another. So, at least we are not able to experience this thing right now, but we should at least accept this theoretically. And if any person, he will become little aware, he will be able to relate with this, that yeah, I'm really not this body, I am a soul. One more amazing point was what Prabhuji was telling day before yesterday in morning class, that at least one should, I mean, you will see that even after taking this human form of life, you will see people, they take birth in different situations. Just like even taking birth in this human form of life, you will see some people, they are just picking up garbage on the road, or they are searching for the food in the garbage. There like once there was a boy. He was so much hungry, and he was snatching bread from the mouth of a dog. And when Srila Prabhupada saw this, Srila Prabhupada, when he saw this, he became very emotional. He just cried out. And Srila Prabhupada, like, he said that there should be no one who may starve like this, like, who may starve like this. Like, if there is a temple, ISKCON temple, then from that temple to the distance of almost 10 kilometers, there should not be a person who may starve like this. One should distribute prasadam. So, see, even taking birth in human form of life, people are, they took birth in different situations. So, what Prabhuji was explaining, that at least one should, if he is not serving Krishna, if he is not practicing his devotional services, then at least he should uh, do good karmas. He should perform piety in his life. He should perform good deeds in his life. So at least, he may take a nice birth in his next life. This was very deep point. Actually, we do not make distinctions between carnivorous and vegetarians. For the grass has life just as the cow or the lamb. A guideline, however, should be the Vedic instruction given in 𝗲𝗄𝗵𝗺. Now here comes this shloka. Ivas, Ivasyam idam sarvam yat kincha jagatyam jagat tena tyaktena bhunjita ma gridha kasyasvid dhanam. Everything animate or inanimate that is within the universe is controlled and owned by the Lord. One should therefore accept only those things necessary for himself, which are set aside as his quota, and one must not accept other things, knowing well to whom they belong. Ishopanishad Mantra 1. So yes, this is in bhakti, this is called Yukt Vairagya. Devotees, he can accept everything of this world if he is using it for the service of Krishna. So we can have everything of this world, but in our consciousness, we should always become aware that these things belongs to Krishna, and I should use these things in service to Krishna. So devotees, they accept things which they may use in service to Krishna, and they reject those things which they cannot use in service to Krishna. It's just that easy. So you can have anything. You can have a nice refrigerator, to put fresh fruits, flowers, garlands for Krishna. You can have a nice kitchen, which devotees have. They do have a kitchen or whatever things. So, whatever things we accept, devotees accept, they accept it so that they may use it in service to Krishna. And they just reject those things which they cannot use in service to Krishna. Just like I want to like share this example with all of you. There was a person. He's still there. Actually, she was a Mataji. She is a Mataji. So, because of bad association, she she was engrossed in all the bad activities like clubbing and all, drinking, smoking, all those things. So, after coming into Krishna consciousness, she still had some stock in her house, stock of whatever those liquor and cigarettes. She had a stock in her house. So, what she was thinking that, okay, if I have if I have these things in my stock, let me just consume these, let me just finish this, and then I'll just continue with my devotional services. But later, as she was consistent in her chanting and hearing, so she was thinking that if these things, like she was understanding this thing, that these things, she was aware about the four regulative principles also. So she was understanding this, that if these things are not pleasing to Krishna, then why should I have to, why should I have to do it? Why shall I have to do it? So, she shared this with me. She Instead of giving those things, she was thinking, okay, if I'm not using it, I will give these things to someone who may use it. I will give these things in charity. Now that will be the charity of ignorance. But she didn't give those things for charity. She just threw those things away. So from that day, she was able to follow this shloka, Yukta Vairagya, that if I am not able to use it in Krishna's service, then I will not keep these things with myself. I will just throw these away. So it was amazing. Anyways, so this is really amazing shloka that devotees can accept anything for Krishna and they can reject if they they can't use it in service to Krishna. Since everything is the property of the Supreme Lord, one can only enjoy what is allotted to him by the Lord, and one cannot touch another's property. Srila Prabhupada also tells this thing that suppose if a person he is a drunkard, he drinks alcohol, wine, and while drinking those whatever things he drink, if he thinks that, oh, this wine is also coming from Krishna, Krishna is giving me this wine. So then also by time in future, he will become a pure devotee of Krishna. It's just the matter of becoming conscious about Krishna. So, in any way, any person is becoming conscious about Krishna, in his consciousness, he's thinking about Krishna, then he will become a devotee, a pure devotee, soon in future. So it was amazing. But difficulty is people don't think like this. that, oh, this wine is also coming from Krishna. He will never think. But yeah, Prabhupada tells like this. Anyways, here Srila Prabhupada is telling that everything is the property of Supreme Lord. And one can only enjoy what is allotted to him. Means he cannot enjoy more of that or less of that. So whatever things, we have, just like you will see in devotees also, devotees are also there in different situations. Is it not? So, okay, let's not talk about devotees. You will see any person, they are situated in different situations. Suppose your relatives, your relatives. So, some of your relatives might be rich, or some of your relatives might not be that rich. So, they have been already allotted with with all the belongings, and they may enjoy in that uh, what to say, in that quota only, not more or not less than that. See how perfectly everything is maintained by Krishna. Already it is being decided that which person, what person will enjoy in what quantity. Just like Prabhuji was giving me an example that, you know, a devotee only, he was thinking that, oh, I have to send my child to America for his studies so that he may study nicely. So Prabhuji asked him that, where did you studied? So he said, I studied from a government school, a government college. So Prabhuji was, making him understand this thing that you studied from a government college or school, then also you're earning enough for your livelihood. Then why is there need to send your child to America? So basically, everything is already being set. It is already being allotted, and it will be allotted by time, whatever is being decided. So we really don't have to work hard. And especially in case of devotees, we understand this thing that our first priority should be to serve Krishna. And we should work in uh, such way which may be enough for our maintenance, for our survival. That's it. And even if any person, if he or she don't want to work for the sake of survival also, then also Krishna will maintain him or her. Because Krishna has created this material world for us, for the living beings, so that they may gratify their senses. So Krishna made arrangements for this also. What then, if any person, if he want to serve Krishna, then why will not Krishna maintain him or her? Whatever things we just studied, that whatever things we see around ourselves, it belongs to Krishna. Even this body belongs to Krishna. So it's Krishna's responsibility to maintain this body, especially of a devotee, so that he may serve Krishna nicely. He may preach about the glories of Krishna nicely to others. So there is no scope of anxiety. According to Vedic life and according to all Vedic scriptures, a man should live on on fruits and vegetables. For his teeth are made in such a way that these can be very easily eaten and digested. Okay, so I mean, that doesn't mean that we only have to survive on fruits and vegetables. We can definitely have grains, but what 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 is mentioned here, that Vedic scriptures tells this, that human beings, they are meant to eat, to consume fruits and vegetables. Basically, what Mother Nature has given us. And we are not meant to eat the flesh of animals. So, man should live on fruits and vegetables, for his teeth are made in such a way that these can be very easily eaten and digested. On the other hand, if you will see a lion, he is born to consume meat, flesh of other animals, and his teeth are made in such a way, very sharp, and his what we'll say claws, the nails of a lion are very sharp. He can scratch the flesh of an animal with his claws and with his teeth, and he can consume the flesh of an animal, because he is designed to consume the flesh of an animal. But we are not designed to consume flesh of the animals. You'll see our teeth, they are not sharp. Even our nails, they are very soft. So we are not designed to consume non-veg, meat. Although it is nature's law that one has to live by eating other living entities. Jivo jivasya jivanam. One must use discretion. Means there are different dimensions. I mean, they are like, which living being will eat what thing. It is already being mentioned, and it is already being like, their bodies are already being designed like that. Just like you will see a cow, she will die by hunger, but she will never consume meat, because she is not designed to eat meat. She will only consume grass. And same way, a lion, he will die with hunger, but he will never consume grass. Although grass is also a living entity, and whatever fruits, vegetables we consume, that is also living entity, and animals are living entity for sure. So yes, it is nature's law that one has to live by eating other living entities. One must use discretion. Fruits, flowers, vegetables, rice. Oh, rice. Wait. Yes. Rice, grain, and milk are made for human beings. Milk, for example, is an animal product. The blood of an animal transformed, but the cow delivers more milk than is needed by her calf, because milk is intended for men. Let's discuss few points related to this. You will see many people, they comment like this, that even fruits and vegetables, they are also living entities. Then if we are consuming fruits and animals, then that is also violence. Then we can also consume animals. What's the difficulty in that? But it's not like that. One should understand this thing by understanding that how his body is being designed. Our intestines are very long. And if any human being, if he'll consume meat, then it will rot in his stomach, in his intestines, because he'll not be able to digest it very quickly. Meat rots very quickly, but the intestines of the carnivorous animals are very small, and they are able to digest it very quickly because they are small intestines. So yes, there are many studies related to this, that human beings are not designed to consume the flesh of an animal. And any intelligent person, if he will hear it, if he'll study it, then he will understand it. And he will start following the right thing. And any person who don't want to follow, he will never follow. No matter how uh, you know how many proof you give to him, he will not follow it because he don't want to follow it. But yeah, one should understand this thing, that okay, fruits and vegetables are also living entity, and if we are consuming fruits and vegetables, then that is also violence. And that's why Krishna in Bhagavad Gita chapter 3 verse 13 tells that any person who is consuming food, and that can be pure vegetarian food, but if he is not offering it to Krishna, then he is consuming sins. So even if we are consuming pure vegetarian food, we should offer it to Krishna. This is also one reason to offer it to Krishna. Krishna purifies it for us. Krishna transforms it in transcendental, spiritual food. So there are immense benefit of consuming offered food to Krishna. Immense benefit. This was one of them. So yes, it is very important. And Krishna himself tells this, that you offer me fruits and whatever things you consume, you offer it to me and then you consume it. One day, like devotees say this, that if Krishna would have told us to offer him meat, then we would have been doing that. But Krishna don't like this. Krishna has never said us, he has never told us to offer muttonum, chickenum. He has never told this because he don't like it. Krishna loves every living being, whether he is an animal, bird, insect, human being. He loves everyone. Okay, moving forward to milk. So yes, you will see milk is also intended for men, but the very first thing one should do is he should feed that milk. He should allow the cow to feed her calf first, and then the rest of the milk, the extra milk, should be distributed to the human beings. So, but these days you will see that people, they are exploiting cows. They have made it as a business and they don't allow cows to feed their calves. They are kind of committing violence. So people, they are following vegan lifestyle because of this. That we will not consume animal product or things like that. But see, one should understand, Srila Prabhupada has never told us to follow a vegan lifestyle. Have you ever read anywhere? You may even search it today on Veda base, that whether Srila Prabhupada has told us to follow a vegan lifestyle. In fact, Srila Prabhupada tells this, that if one he do not consume the milk of a cow, it is impossible for him to progress in his spiritual life. Cows are very dear to Krishna, and as this is the age of Kali, so it is not possible for us to live a very pure life here. It is not possible to live a very pure life in this material world. That's why we give it to Krishna. That's why intelligence says that whatever you consume, you use, you give it to Krishna first, and Krishna purifies it for us. So, I was also struggling with this. Like I was confused here, that whether I should, stop consuming, whether I should adopt a vegan lifestyle, or what should I do. So I asked this from His Grace Yashomati Mataji. I asked her about this, that, like, if we are consuming dairy or if we are consuming cow's milk, so it is not cruelty free. So shall we avoid consuming dairy or cow's milk, cow's product, animal product? So she said same thing, that it is impossible for us to live a pure life here in this material world, and especially in this age of Kali. That's why we give it to Krishna. So if we are offering that milk of that particular cow to Krishna, then that cow will also get benefit. She will get relief from all the miseries, all the sufferings which she had been going through. And it was like mind blowing how Mataji explained this to me. I never thought like this. That if we are offering, we have always heard this, that whatever flower we are offering it to Krishna, then even that plant or tree will be benefited from that. So if we are offering the milk of a cow to Krishna, then that cow will also be benefited from that. So yes, definitely we should take care of our health. We should definitely take care of our health. But yeah, occasionally we can honor offered food to Krishna like this. All right. Moving forward now. Men should simply take the milk and let the cows live, and thus following nature's law. Man will be happy. Tena taktena bhunjita. One should take whatever God allots to him and thus live comfortably. We have to elevate our consciousness through this science of Krishna. Charity is within everyone's heart, but we do not know how to make the best use of it. Wow, this chapter is about to end. We will end this chapter today. Complete this chapter today. So yes, what Srila Prabhupada is telling here, that everyone, it is tendency of us to give. We always want to serve, but that service should be utilized in the right way. So whatever qualities, whatever skills we have, if we turn it towards Krishna, then that is the perfection of our lives. That's why, like, whatever person you see around you, if he is not able to accept this process of Krishna consciousness directly, then you may try to, you know, indulge him in services according to his skills, according to his qualities to Krishna. You should try to, put them in service to Krishna like this, according to their uh, nature, according to their qualities. Whatever we spend in terms of energy should be for Krishna, for it all belongs to him. Yesterday, it was yesterday, yes, yesterday in morning class, Prabhuji was explaining something. So at the end of the class, I decided that whatever I will be doing, yes, Prabhuji was explaining the verses where people, they have aham buddhi. They think me, they think of me, me, myself, this belongs to me, I am the controller, I am great, I am this, I am that. So instead of I was thinking this in my mind, instead of I will put Krishna there. So just like I'm cooking, like people say, I am cooking this meal for me. So instead of saying this, saying it out loud from your mouth, not simply just thinking it in your mind. You should say it out loud and out. You should say it out loud from your mouth to other people. I am cooking this for Krishna. I'm going on a walk for Krishna. I am singing for Krishna. I am dancing for Krishna. I am chanting for Krishna. I am hearing for Krishna's pleasure. This way we should say it out loud for to ourselves only. Just like if you're sitting alone in your home, in your room, you may say it out loud to yourself. Now I will be cleaning my room for Krishna's pleasure because Krishna loves, cleanliness, that we are following cleanliness in our lives. So whatever we are doing, just say it out loud. I'm drinking this offered water for the pleasure of Krishna. This way you will become more and more conscious about Krishna. Yes. So whatever we spend in terms of energy should be for Krishna, for it all belongs to him. By spending for Krishna, one will not be a loser. Krishna is so kind that when we offer him food, he accepts and yet leaves everything for us to eat. How merciful Krishna is. Krishna is so nice. Simply by offering food to Krishna, we can become devotees. Any person, if he is not doing anything and he's just consuming offered food to Krishna, only he's consuming offered food to Krishna, then also he'll become a devotee. Because that offered food, that is also Krishna. It is not different from Krishna. And when you are consuming offered food to Krishna, then Krishna is cleaning your heart. And in 7 years, like if you are consuming, you're only consuming offered food to Krishna, then after 7 years, your whole body will become spiritual. What does that mean? Now, for knowing this, you should try to experiment this. You just take this vow that I will not consume anything. I will only consume offered food to Krishna at least for 7 years. And then you experience it by yourself. Then what does it mean to have a spiritual body? Being in this material world. So I really want to experiment this. And I have been practicing. To consume only offered food to Krishna, since I came into Krishna consciousness by Krishna's grace. I'm not saying it in, proud, but yeah, let's see. I'm just waiting when my 7 years will get over, and then I'll see what does it mean to have a spiritual body. We need not spend an extra far thing. In the higher sense, everything belongs to Krishna. But if we offer everything to Krishna, we will be elevated. So everything is already belongs, it is already of Krishna. Everything already belongs to Krishna. But when we offer it to Krishna, we will be elevated. We will become free from material bondages. This is a sublime and proven way for advancement in pure life. So see, Srila Prabhupada has told us the very easy formula of progressing in our spiritual lives, of advancing in pure life. Whatever you do, you just do it for Krishna. And you become aware of it, that yes, you are doing it for Krishna. And for this, you just build this habit of saying it out loud to yourself. Don't think that, oh, people will think that she is crazy. They are already assuming us as crazy. That, oh, they are crazy for Krishna. So this is nice, na? That we are crazy for Krishna. People are becoming crazy for, whatever rubbish things, but we are becoming crazy for Krishna. So this is amazing. Just like, I all like these days, I'm putting headphones, like I'm using headphones. Often I'm using headphones these days. So my family, they were saying that your ears will get damaged if you will keep using headphones like this, like continuously. So your ears will get damaged. So I said that it's okay if it will get damaged, because I'm hearing about Krishna. And if I'm hearing about Krishna, then it is okay. I mean, it will not happen, because they might be thinking that I'm using it in loud voice or something like that. They might be saying it. They might be showing their concern about me. But yeah, I was thinking in my mind that people, they are damaging their bodies for rubbish things. They are just, they are gratifying their senses like crazy, and they are damaging their bodies. But when we are putting this material body, which is of no use, if we are putting it in service to Krishna, then it is nice. And we are actually maintaining. When we use this body in service to Krishna, then we are actually maintaining it nicely. We are not damaging it. Anyways, with this, our fourth chapter, learning tapasya and self-control of the book, Krishna Consciousness, the Matchless Gift, completes here. We will be starting with our next chapter in our next session with Krishna's willing. Thank you so much for joining. Hare Krishna. Jai Srila Prabhupada.